20 years and will be looking to get back to winning ways. Let me just quickly run you through the starting 11s. It's Callum Ward in goal for Motherwell. The back four of Catrumbis, McGinn, Welsh and Longolo. In the midfield it's Faringer, Watt and Slattery, and up front Mazwanise, Hendry and Just. For Hearts, we think they will go with a back four. We'll soon correct that if it's wrong, but Svolov in goal, McEntee, Halkett, Finlay and Kingsley at the back, Milne, Devlin, Spittle and Kizaridis across the midfield, and Braga and Shankland up front. And it will be Motherwell to get us underway. They'll go from left to right as we look at it from the back of the Firth Park main stand, and they are in their traditional claret and amber. Hearts in a change, white top, maroon shorts, white socks, and it's a packed Firth Park. Hearts have brought between 4,000 and 5,000 fans, and they've packed out that stand away to our right. Motherwell have turned up in good numbers as well. Most of the other three stands pretty full as well, and we're underway in what should be something of a classic, although the big build-up has been given Ryan Stevenson. I just hope we've not all put a jinx on the game.
Yeah, well, I think me and you had a look at each other 5 minutes before the start of the game. They're just thinking this has been such a great build-up. Hopefully it doesn't go and end up in a drab 0-0, but I don't think it will. I think when you see the stadium full and just the atmosphere round about the place, I imagine all the players on that pitch right now will be absolutely buzzing to play.
Yeah, it's Motherwell with a throw in, but it's back out of play, and this time it'll be a Hearts throw midway inside their own half as Kingsley prepares to take. And forward it goes for Braga, but he's dispossessed by Elliot Watt. Back to Callum Ward in the Motherwell goal. Just trying to get a look at that Hearts shape. Does, I think, look like a 4, yeah, at the back, with Harry Milne back in his beat in the right of midfield, which he's performed particularly well in over the course of this season, despite it being kind of unnatural for him, but he's done so well. But Hearts have got it in the middle of the park, and it's Shankland for Kizaridis. Kizaridis coming forward, good challenge on him by Just, and picked up now by Slattery right on the halfway line, and into the feet of Watt once more, just anchoring that midfield with Slattery and Faringer in beside him. Motherwell have it. It's Faringer for Longolo. Longolo goes for a return ball down that left flank, but it's played back in field instead to Paul McGinn. McGinn out to the right hand side, where Catrumbis is playing right back today, back in his more natural position, having played left wing back on Tuesday night. Here's Mazwanise trying to slip it through there for Just. Instead it will come for Hendry right hand side. Hendry into the box, just evades one of the Motherwell. I think it's Catrumbis who'd actually made his way into the box here, just evaded him. Motherwell pick up instead on the left hand side. It's Welsh now, short for Faringer. Lovely interplay there, although Watt trying to release Slattery there, just on a different wavelength, and it rolled behind for a Hearts goal kick. Couple of minutes in, Ryan, and already it's a good tempo to the game.
Yeah, and that really good play from Motherwell. I think just seeing all that intricate passing there was what I was looking forward to seeing, because I've heard so much of not seen them play live. Seeing them do that there was really, really good. But again, for Hearts, I think Hearts just going to drop one of the strikers into that sort of lying deep midfield role to try and pick up Motherwell's sitting midfielder, and hopefully that can have a big influence for Hearts and get them up the pitch as well.
That's what they're trying to do right now, but Braga can't link with Shankland, and so McGinn gets it back to Ward. Ward will take a touch and then put it out to the left hand side for Stephen Welsh. Forward it goes into the feet of Slattery. Slattery back to Welsh, just outside his own area. Elliot Watt now picking up. Actually, Faringer, always get the two of them mixed up. They're so similar, Ryan. You'll need to help me out over the course of this afternoon. Faringer and Watt, similar hairstyles, similar running styles, and they play in pretty much the same position. Both wear the same colour of boots. There's very little
you're not going to get much help off me.
And unless they've got their back to us and we can see their numbers, it's a bit of a guessing game at times, I have to admit. Hearts have got it. Shankland, right hand side, it's Milne midway inside the Motherwell half, coming forward looking to get the better of Welsh, takes it beyond him, comes off the corner flag. Milne's managed to keep possession. Then he runs into Longolo. Assistant referees right there decides that wasn't a foul. Poor pass though, it comes to Devlin. Now it's Kizaridis trying to bundle his way through. He claims for a handball, nothing given. Motherwell will try and break here. It's just coming forward up towards the halfway line. Good challenge, Halkett. And now it's Braga up towards the edge of the Motherwell penalty area, feigns to shoot. Then he gets out to the left hand side to Kingsley. Kingsley gets to the back post. Shanklin and Milne meets it onto the roof of the net there from Milne. Climbed highest at the back post. Couldn't keep the header down though. Just tried to loop it over Callum Ward. And after 4 minutes, it's Motherwell 0, Hearts 0.
Just shows you how important Halkett's going to be for Hearts there. A great tackle just to start Hearts on the attack. I think that's going to be Hearts. I think they've done it most of the season anyway. Is their partner plays to get it wide and try and get crosses in the box and ask questions of Motherwell. And is it half decent enough header, but on target would ask a question of the goalkeeper.
Motherwell have it then at the back, just at the edge of their own box. It's Welsh forward to Slattery, and then square here to Paul McGinn. McGinn forward for Eli Just, out to the right hand side. Good ball for Katrumbas into the feet of Mazwanisi, now midway inside the Hearts half. Just comes back the way to Watt, and now it's Farringer. Over to the left hand side is Longolo. That's where the ball goes, hugging the touchline in the Hearts half. Milne up against him. Farringer takes over once more, and then Slattery comes in, and Welsh. Again, it's good short passing from Motherwell, keeping possession. Watt back out to Welsh once more, and then Slattery picks up again. Up to the angle of the box. Now it's Longolo with a crossing opportunity. Gets far too much on that, and it's come all the way out to the near side for a Hearts throw-in. But looks like both sides are going to go for it, Ryan. There's absolutely no holding back here, no cagey kind of trying to size the other team up. They're just both going to try and get forward as much as possible.
Yeah, I think they're just going to attack. I think Hearts just need to be a bit wary. I think in the middle third, quite happy just letting Motherwell sort of pass it across the middle, but as soon as it goes wide in that sort of deeper area, that attacking area for Motherwell, I think they really need to try and stop the crosses at source.
It's out for a throw-in to the home side. Katrumbas to take. 6 minutes in, no goals. We'll keep you up to date with the goals that go in, if there are any, at Dens Park between Dundee and St Mirren. Kenny will no doubt keep you across the Scottish Cup goals. Certainly I'll update you at half-time. But Motherwell have it all the way back just inside their own half, with on loan Celtic defender Stephen Welsh, who's slotted in very well to this Jens Bertel side, and he's alongside Paul McGinn here. And as they've reverted to the back four, it was a bit of a shock to everyone, I think, as Andy Halliday described in the show earlier on, the move to a back five to play against Hibs, but they managed to adapt to it very well, and very deserving of the victory here on Tuesday. They're back to their usual 4-3-3 effectively this afternoon, as Slattery just nudges it forward for Farringer, looks to try and slip it through for Longo, doesn't find the pass to him, but it's out for a throw-in to Motherwell. We've played 7 minutes, no goals as yet, as Watt now has it on the halfway line. Braga looking to just try and close him down. Now Welsh has it just inside his own half. Farringer plays it just back the way to Paul McGinn in the centre circle. He's allowed to come forward a few yards, looking for a pass. He finds Mazwanisi, and now it's just out to the right hand side. Katrumbas just has to dash to keep that in, but he manages to do so. Gets the cross into the box, away by Halkett. Watt back into the area, claims he was pushed there. Finley's been robbed by Just in the box, cuts it back. Mazwanisi, that's a chance, but he's sclaffed it, just kind of missed his kick more than anything else, and Hart's able to clear the danger. But the first decent chance of the game, and Mazwanisi, in the form that he's been in, should have done better. A couple of heavy challenges going, one from either side there. Kevin Clancy just having to step in for the first time. Will be a Motherwell free kick, but let's go back to the Mazwanisi chance. It was Finlay got himself in bother.
Yeah, I actually think Stuart Finlay started the game quite slack. I think a couple of times the strikers came off him, he hasn't been tight to him, and then we see that there, just to kind of taking his eye off the ball. I think he's got a second extra than what he actually did have, and it's stolen away there. And again, a better contact there from Motherwell, and it could have been a really good chance for them.
Yeah, Mazwanisi, the Premiership top scorer, just ahead of Lawrence Shankland, 8 to Shankland's 7. And good skill there from Braga. Comes out to the left to Kingsley. Kizaridis back into Braga, away from Watt, down the left hand side. He bursts him again on the cover though, and turns it back to his goalkeeper, who plays it out short to Katrumbis. Again, the Motherwell fans applauding this desire to play out from the back. Braga slides in, but he's not been able to get a hold of the ball, and Motherwell still have it midway inside their own half, but playing nice football to emerge with possession. And now it's Farringer crossing the halfway line out to Longolo, left hand side, now midway inside the Hearts half. Good challenge from Milne on Longolo, out for a throw in to Motherwell over on that Motherwell left, midway inside the Hearts half. You said it's the first time you've seen them in the flesh, Ryan, and they just like to play out from that tight position, and they do it pretty well so far.
It's impressive. It's pretty football, to be fair. I think to buy into that, to play out from tight positions inside or just outside your own 18-yard box, takes a bit of guts, takes a bit of willingness to actually be brave on the ball. So yeah, fair play to them. It's worked so far.
Motherwell have it over on the far side. Stephen Welsh into Watt, who comes looking for it once more, and then pings it out to the right hand side. Looks like he's just overcooked that. Yeah, Katrumbis won't reach it, and out for a throw into Hearts, deep in their own territory. 10 on the clock almost. No goals here at Fir Park, no goals in the other Premiership. 3 o'clock kick-off between Dundee and St Mirren, as Derek McInnes gets out of his dugout to bark a few orders. And Kingsley takes the throw in down the left hand side. It's over Shankland. Watt for Farringer. Forward it goes to Hendry, whose dad Colin is in the Fir Park stand here, across to our left, watching Callum start this game. He was here on Tuesday as Hendry Jr. came on in that one. He's back in the starting lineup today. It's a nice layoff there from Slattery to Farringer. Welsh out to Longolo, left hand side. And it goes to Hendry. Hendry's just dropped off, passed a couple of challenges, not the third, and it comes back the way to Farringer. Now it's Slattery once more, left hand side of the box, just touches it into Watt. Watt gets it back from Farringer once more. Again, the Motherwell fans applauding the skill from their players. Longolo forward, just now back to Elliot Watt over on that far side. Just once more the Kiwi who got the second goal against Hibs. He's robbed though, and Spittle gets on the ball for more or less the first time. Now Shankland gets it back from Kizaridis, crossing the halfway line. The Hearts skipper and talisman. Braga now back to the halfway line to Kingsley, and he'll just slow things down back to Finlay and into Halkett. Motherwell have been dominating possession, only really one chance created, that for Mazwanisi, but he missed his kick. And no real trouble for Shvolov in the Hearts goal. Craig Gordon, despite what the team sheet says, it says Jordan Smith, which I'm assuming is a misprint from a hangover from Tuesday night, but Craig Gordon still warming the bench for Hearts despite being part of that Scotland heroic performance against Denmark. And he'll be hoping he can get some sort of game time between now and the end of the season to ensure he is on the plane to North America. As Elliot Watt picks up possession once more. Played 12, not getting any goals as yet, as McGinn has it just inside his own half. Hearts just allowing him to come up to the halfway line. Callum Ward very high, well outside of his penalty area, and then McGinn picks up once more, again just inside his own half. Hearts just sitting off Motherwell until they get into their own half, but here they're coming forward, and it's Slattery trying to get away from a couple of challenges. The free kick is given his way. A couple of Hearts players ganging up on him there, Braga and Devlin, and it is a Motherwell free kick, 12 and a half in.
I think you can see what Derek's plan is. I think he spoke about it before the match, saying that he felt that Hibs caused their own problems by playing such a high line, and I think defensively they're sort of sitting in that sort of middle ground and then trying to catch them on the break. They're quite happy with Motherwell to have the ball at the back, and hopefully at some stage they can steal it and get that counter-attack moving quickly.
The Hearts fans in good voice singing their Claudio Braga song. We'll be hoping he can get on the score sheet as he did in that game at Tynecastle between the sides, coming off the bench on that occasion to salvage a point with 2 goals. And Motherwell having led 3-0 as Mazwanisi is released by Welsh down the left hand side. Should be able to keep it in. He's got McEntee to beat over on that far side. The Motherwell left got it back the way to Longfellow. One touch. Thought he was going to send it in then, but he tries to take on Milne, and Milne's stuck with him, but Longfellow's got round him into the penalty area. The ball comes. Devlin's in the way. Longfellow will keep it in over near the corner flag on the left hand side, trying to get the better of Milne once more. Good challenge from Milne, and the referee points for a goal kick. Came back off Longfellow in the official's view, and so 14 minutes almost played, and it's still Motherwell 0, Hearts 0.
I think it's going to be a bit of a game of chess, this, to be fair, as well. I think we're all hoping it's going to be an absolute cracker, but I think Hearts have came and are quite willing to sit with that sort of back four there, middle of their own half, and see if Motherwell can then break them down. I think they're going to be quite happy, as I said, for Motherwell to sort of have it in the back four into midfield, and then can they then have that chance of trying to steal the ball then. But it's going to be intriguing to see if Motherwell keep just playing, which I assume they will. Everybody you've spoke to, they'll keep playing their football the full time, regardless of what Hearts actually do.
That's well flicked on by Hendry. Mazwanisi can't quite get there ahead of Halkett though, and Kingsley hammers it up towards the halfway line, flicked on by Kizaridis, but no Hearts player can get onto it. Yeah, I mean, Hearts have scored an awful lot of goals and have played some really good football, really good attacking football themselves this season, but Derek McInnes has certainly got that kind of pragmatic side in his locker. He's very able and willing to set up a team to maybe absorb a bit of pressure and then break. But here come Motherwell, right hand side, it's Slattery. It's a poor cross from Slattery, and his Motherwell teammates would have been expecting better, as were the fans round about Fir Park here, but straight behind for a goal kick. But going back to that Derek McInnes point, I mean, over the years we've seen him certainly at Kilmarnock and at Aberdeen, you know, on occasion, if he needs to, he can set up teams as you were describing earlier.
Yeah, I think they want to be robust. I think that will be the sort of phrase that he would probably be looking at today. Have a sort of professional performance. I think they want to keep the lines and the distances between the back four and the midfield four very tight, so that Motherwell can't thread balls through and get players that they already have, even as tight as it's been. Motherwell have found themselves a couple of times in spaces in between that sort of line of the back four and the midfield, and that's when they'll cause Hearts problems. But I think more than anything, I think his words to these players before they went out was, can we be robust, can we be at them, can we be in their faces, and then can we get chances on the counter-attacking? I mean, with Braga and Lawrence in front of goal, can you then take your chances?
Hearts have it at the back just now. It's Stuart Finlay, square for Halkett, who returns from suspension. Missed that Aberdeen defeat, and I'm sure that was certainly part of the reason they failed to defeat. Also, the absence of Lawrence Shanklin would definitely not have helped. Good play from Hearts here on the right hand side. It's McEntee, crossing opportunity for Hearts here. Watts with him, but he's got beyond him. Stephen Welsh gets the first contact, heads it as far as Cam Devlin in the middle of the park, out to Kizaridis, who's been quiet thus far but will look to make an impact. Nice little back heel for Kingsley. Kingsley loops it to the back post. Shanklin back across goal, header cleared by McGinn, and then Callum Hendry's giving it back to Shanklin on the angle of the box, back into the danger area. Katrumbis away this time. First decent spell really in an attacking sense for Hearts. Looking at keep Motherwell hemmed in here as Finlay gets it back out to Kizaridis, left hand side. Tries to get beyond Farringer, can't do so. In steps Eli Just. Solid challenge there from Cammy Devlin, but it breaks for his fellow Australian Katrumbis, who gets it over the halfway line. And on that occasion, Motherwell were content to just clear their lines and get up the park a little bit. Hearts pick up once more though, and it's fired forward by Spittle, a former favourite here at Fir Park, but no chance for Braga to get on the end of that, and Ward clears. Motherwell pick up in the middle of the park. It's Farringer, just midway inside his own half, getting it back once more, just at the edge of the centre circle. Neat little ball into Slattery, who knocks it back the way to Stephen Welsh. Almost 18 minutes played. Motherwell 0, Hearts 0. No great chances. Mazwanisi had the one, the best chance, and the one really the only chance so far, but missed his kick and failed to add to his 8 Premiership goals for the season. Otherwise it has been a little bit more cagey than we might have anticipated, but stakes are high as McGinn turns it back to Callum Ward, who's midway inside his own half. The goalkeeper plays it short to Welsh, forward to Farringer, then back to Watt, who goes first time looking for the run along the low, but it was well matched there by Harry Milne and nods it back to his goalkeeper. It's I mentioned Milne earlier on, Ryan. It's incredible he's been able to be converted almost into that right midfielder, and he's looked very impressive any time I've seen him, given he's by trade, I guess, a left back as pretty much.
Yeah, I think he's acquitted himself really well. His Hearts going to attack here.
Yeah, and he's bursting forward there. He's got a few goals. It's actually McEntee though that's picked out on the right hand side. Hearts almost at the byline. McEntee just gets a little nudge there from long goal, and that was a good defending in the end. Not enough to. That's a poor pass out though, and Hearts pick up from Kizaridis midway inside the Motherwell half. Out to the right it goes to Milne. McEntee still out there as well. Here he is, Zoshin McEntee. It comes off Motherwell player and behind for the Hearts corner over on the far side. And I guess when you are going to play out from the back from time to time, you are going to give the ball away like that.
That's exactly what I was just about to say to you. I think sometimes when you roll the dice like that and you're playing out for the back, I mean, as I'm growing up and as most Scottish people growing up, you know never to play across your own 18-yard box, and they do it. Hearts managed to cut it out, and again it just sort of swings, and they managed to get a corner from it, and it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? It looks amazing when it comes off, but when it doesn't, and then if they lose a goal for a corner or something coming from that.
Yeah, well, let's see what transpires here as Harry Milne, left-footed, will deliver from the right-hand side. It's an in-swinger towards the back post. Finlay rises high, but can't get the header on target, and I think that's going to bounce behind for a goal kick. It was, I mean, he rose well there, Stuart Finlay, and he'll probably feel he should have been closer to troubling the keeper on that occasion. Still 0-0.
Yeah, you'd probably expect him to do a bit better there, at least get it on target. I mean, he's got good contact on it. It's went about 6 or 7 yards wide of the post, but you'd expect him, his ability in the air, to at least get that on target.
It's Motherwell through Callum Ward, playing it out to the left-hand side to Stephen Welsh, just beyond the 20-minute mark, and no goals as yet. That was Hearts' first real chance of the game there from the corner kick, and it's a good pick out from Ward to Katrumbis. Kingsley's trying to come back, but he's found Mazwanisi in the edge of the box. Can Mazwanisi get a shot off here, or he plays it out to the right to Katrumbis once more, up against Kingsley inside the box, leads it back the way. He was looking for Farringer there, didn't quite meet him, but Motherwell pick up but then give the ball away, and Kingsley will just try and see that out, as he successfully does, for a goal kick. That was promising, and it shows you how quickly Motherwell can play these passes forward and get the opening.
And I tell you where that came from, Callum Ward. It's amazing when you have that sort of pattern of play and you want to play this sort of total football. Your goalkeeper then becomes basically an outfield player, and I mean, it was a great pass to start off the actual attacking move there, but again it just shows you how much onus you put on the goalkeepers, and we see down in England obviously the goalkeepers that play out from the back, there is a risk and reward sort of job with doing that, but great pass there from Callum Ward to start off that attack.
Out on the far side for a throw into Hearts as we approach the midway point in this first period. Top of the table Hearts, they'll remain top regardless of this weekend's results, but they would like to get the victory here of course today, and put a little bit more pressure on Celtic, who travel to Easter Road tomorrow. Of course there'll be live coverage of that here on Sports Sound tomorrow. We'll have coverage of all the games, all three, as Hearts try and play it forwards. Cut out, Devlin though helps it back to Halkett, who gets it to the left hand side to Kingsley. Kingsley up to the halfway line to Kizaridis, tries a little flick. Katrumbis wasn't buying that, breaks back to Finlay. Now Kingsley left hand side, that's cut out again by Katrumbis. Up goes Devlin right through the back of Hendry, and that's going to be a free kick to Motherwell, and the referee's going to have a word with Cammy Devlin here. In fact, it's a yellow card for Shankland. Is that for kicking the ball away, or a bit of dissent? I'm not sure, but it certainly was Devlin who went through the back of Hendry, but whether it was because Shankland then kicked the ball away and didn't allow Motherwell perhaps to take a quick free kick, I suspect that's what it was. But Shankland, the first name in the book, the Hearts captain. Yeah,
he's not very happy, as you can still see him. He's still shouting and rattling on there, but I think whether it's a bit of a tactic, the fact that he maybe never went to kick it as far away as he did, but to not let Motherwell start.
There's Watt into the penalty area, touch and goal! Callum Hendry with the opener for Motherwell. Wonderful ball in from Elliot Watt, and Callum Hendry stolen behind the Hearts defence and got enough of a touch to take it beyond Smolov and into the bottom corner. We have the opening goal at Fir Park. It is Motherwell 1, Hearts 0.
So disappointed. A great goal from Motherwell's point of view, getting the free kick, taking it quickly. A great kind of cross into that back area where it asks the questions of defenders and goalkeepers, because the goalkeeper doesn't know if the defender's going to go and try and win it, then doesn't really know if he can go and try and get it, and it ends up, I don't know, does Hendry get a touch on it? It's really hard to see from here, but it's one of the kind of cross shots.
Been checked by VAR, I suspect, for offside. I wonder if there's a chance that Hendry was in behind the Hearts defence too early. That will be double checked right now.
But so poor from Hearts' point of view to allow the cross to come in, not defend it properly. How many times do we see it that it sort of this cross comes in and it sort of just aimlessly bounces into the back of the back of the net, into the bottom corner? But great play initially from Motherwell to get themselves into that situation.
Well, we await the verification or otherwise of the goal. Gavin Duncan, the VAR, Kevin Clancy awaiting, and the lines being drawn perhaps here. Motherwell fans not happy. They are hoping to continue their celebrations. I'm just trying to glance along to see what Colin Hendry's feeling right now, but Callum, oh, it's not going to stand. It's offside. Well, big relief for Hearts, but Callum Hendry thought he had his first league goal of the season for Motherwell, but the free kick has been given to Hearts, and a big let-off for them.
Yeah, Hearts have got away with one there. I'd like to see obviously how close it actually was, or if Callum Hendry had left it, would it have just gone in anyway? I think it would have. But Hearts have definitely got off with one there. I think, Motherwell started much the better. They've done their passing, they've moved. Hearts have had a couple of little breaks up the park, but if there was ever a shock and a joke that Hearts needed, this is it.
Here they come up the other end though. It's Kizaridis, but tries to get past Watt. Watt goes down. Kizaridis is bewildered by the decision to give Motherwell a free kick, because I'm not entirely sure how much of a contact there was, but the referee certainly buys it and gives Motherwell the free kick. So 0-0 it remains after just over 25 minutes. Motherwell thought they had the lead through Callum Hendry, but VAR have ruled it out for offside. Callum Ward plays it out to McGinn. McGinn forward to Hendry, a nice little layoff here for Just. Forward now to Mazzonisi, who's on the right hand side just at the moment. Finley's come out to meet him, the ball into the box. Devlin gets there first, but then Motherwell pick up once more through Slattery, back to Mazzonisi on the right hand side. Slattery, now it'll fall for Watt. Oh, that was intended for Just. Slattery tried to take it on and lost control of it. Shankland's giving it away inside his own box though. Mazzonisi and Just trying to make something more of it. It's Just going down. Don't think there was any chance that was ever going to be a penalty, despite some hopeful claims from the home fans, but does feel like Motherwell have got their tails up just at the moment, Ryan.
Yeah, I think if it keeps going this way, it'll only be a matter of time before Motherwell either carve out a really good opportunity or score. I think Hearts need a jolt. I think as great as Stuart Finley's been this year, he looks completely off it just now, especially in the first 20-25 minutes, not getting tight to the strikers, looking sloppy on the ball. Even there when Lawrence goes back and does the defensive work from him, then he tries a silly pass inside his own 18-yard box. So I mean, Motherwell well in the ascendancy just now for me.
Braga though is giving chase. McGinn just gets the ball clear, only as far as Devlin though. Now it's Braga into the feet here of Kizaridis, goes down right on the edge of the box. Referee not interested. I think he's going to book Kizaridis for diving. Well, that's interesting because it's in an almost identical position where Kizaridis a moment ago was penalised for a supposed foul on Watt. It looked pretty similar actually on that occasion. Probably there wasn't much contact, if any, again. On this occasion the referee says it was simulation by Kizaridis and puts him in the book.
I think it's a correct decision. I think he's again, this is not one of these games where you need to be going and diving and things like that. You need people to stand up, hold the ball. Hearts need to get up the pitch, and again doing something as stupid as that, he's get booked, and it gives Motherwell the ball back. as I said, Motherwell very much in the ascendancy here, and Hearts really need to try, whether it's through Cammy Devlin or getting tighter in the back with Stuart Finlay. They need to try and get a foothold on this game somehow.
Slattery catches Spittle. Now I heard the goal going in at Dens. Mandron has scored for St Mirren, so 1-0 to St Mirren at Dundee. No goals here, but Callum Hendry denied having had the ball in the back of the net. It was ruled out for offside after a check by VAR. Here's Shankland just inside his own half, trying to step away from a couple of challenges. Gets the ball to Devlin. Devlin closed down, gets it back to Finlay. Finlay closed down himself by Mazwanise. Mazwanise caught him just as he tried to clear, and it'll be a free kick to Hearts. And the travelling Hearts support will be hoping their side can up their game somewhat to try and reassert their authority. I'm told that it was a clear offside against Callum Hendry, so Motherwell remain goalless here with the league leaders at Midlothian, as Finlay plays it square across the back to Halkett, and then out to the right hand side to McEntee. Halkett once more, and back with Finlay. Kingsley forward to the halfway line, gets it back from Braga. Braga once more all the way back to Shvolov, his goalkeeper, just at the edge of his own box. Now Devlin for Finlay. Hearts looking to put some possession together themselves, but it has to be meaningful possession. It's Spittle who's barely really got on the ball in the middle of the park against his former side. Served them really well for a couple of seasons, scoring and assisting an absolute barrel load. Less of a regular, it has to be said, since his move to Tynecastle. That's an interesting ball forward that Katrumbas will have to be careful with. He plays it back to Welsh. He takes a chance inside his own box, manages to get it forward to McGinn, and then there's a barge in the back there of Slattery by McEntee, and it'll be a free kick to Motherwell, and a little bit of Hearts pressure there alleviated by that shove in the back. 0-0 remains. Yeah,
you can just see Hearts there as well, getting a bit of possession, but Braga and Lawrence both dropping really deep, and then when one of them gets the ball, it's 40-50 yards and we've got no one up front. So I mean, I'm watching Derek down here on the sideline. He's going absolutely bonkers, because I think he was wanting Braga to sort of spin in behind to allow Lawrence to go.
Shvolov's come out his box to prevent Mazwanise latching onto a ball forwards. Halkett's looking for an offside flag. It's not forthcoming. Motherwell take the free kick, the throw in quickly into Mazwanise once more inside the penalty area. Now it's Katrumbas on the right hand side, back the way to him again, but it's a misplaced pass and out of play, and Hearts will get the throw in. We've played almost 32 minutes. It's still Motherwell 0, Hearts 0. 1-0 St Mirren at Dens Park against Dundee, and the other 3 o'clock kick-off in the Premiership. And Motherwell having the better of the game here. 1 goal chopped off for offside through Callum Hendry, but they have been probably the better side in this first period. But Braga has it for Hearts here on the left hand side. Milne's come across to the left and gets it back to Braga. Now back with Devlin. Devlin looks to his right, but there's no one really to play it to. Goes back to Finlay, and now it's Halkett, more or less on the halfway line. Forward for Spittle. Spittle out to the right to McEntee, up against Longolo. Back to Spittle, who has to turn it back to the halfway line again for Halkett. Into Finlay. Finlay takes a touch. He has to go back to his goalkeeper. You have to say, as much as Motherwell have been getting plaudits for their attacking play, actually the way they're closing down and not really allowing Hearts an obvious ball forward also has to be credited.
Yeah, listen, you can play all the good football you want, but you also have to do the dirty side really well. And to be fair to Motherwell, they are. I think for Hearts' point of view, Motherwell make a mistake and it goes out for a throw in there, and sort of Stephen Kingsley just jogs over to get it, and he'll just look for a bit of impotence. They've made a mistake. Motherwell haven't made many mistakes in the game, but they make a mistake. Can you go and capitalise on it? It's all very slow, it's all very laboured. It goes into Blair Spittle in midfield there, and the first thought is, I'll go back to Stuart Finlay. Finlay then goes back to the goalkeeper. So I mean, on the ball, Motherwell miles better, and I would say off the ball as well, Motherwell's have been miles better than Hearts so far.
12 minutes to the break though, and still no goals as Milne bundles into his man over there on the far side. Slattery, I think, who was clattered into. Just a word in the ear this time from Kevin Clancy for Harry Milne. But I suppose as much as that is a foul, that's kind of what you're looking for Hearts to do, to get closer.
Just to put, it's the old saying, just put something on somebody.
Yeah. Here come Motherwell once more. It's picked up by Farringer. Can't link with Justo, away by Kingsley. Welsh meets it on the head. Back forward, Halkett just backheads it to Shvolov, his goalkeeper, and then receives it once more at the edge of the box. Forward for Spittle, back to Halkett once more. Square to Finlay, just in the edge of the penalty area, out to the left-hand side to Kingsley, into the feet of Shanklin, who's dropped deep. Devlin leaves it to Finlay again, and now Halkett out to the right-hand side for McEntee, just inside his own half, checks back in field. Spittle now squeezes it to Milne. He tries a big switch of play. Justo is in the way, and Katrumbis now will knock it forward to Hendry, who heads it down into the path of Eli Just on the right hand side up against Kingsley. Can't keep the ball though. Kingsley's giving it straight back to Farringer. Farringer on the right flank, back to McGinn just inside his own half, and he'll come back to Callum Ward. The goalkeeper immediately out to the left hand side to Welsh, and now Elliot Watt again, as he often does, dropping in between the two centre backs to pick up possession. Now it's with McGinn on the halfway line. Watt again. Welsh is available over to the left hand side. Watt though goes forward. Finlay undecided. Mazwanisi might be in, and an evasive challenge in the end by Finlay, and then the offside flag goes up by the assistant on this near side. But again, you've been talking about Finlay a couple of times.
He's a lucky
little
boy.
bit of indecision there again.
He's a lucky boy again. If it wasn't for the linesman there, and he might look at it and say, I held my line well, but he was a lucky boy because he went to clear it, didn't, and then on the blind side, Motherwell players come round the back of him. So, as I said, I think for me right now, I think Derek's got to look at, even if we get to half time and looking at change it. I think, listen, Paul McGinn's an exceptionally good player, but can you get down the side, and the right back for Motherwell goes so high? Can we get somebody with a bit of pace in behind, get Motherwell turning, facing towards their own goal? As much as Motherwell are playing the great football, and it is absolutely amazing, can you be then revert to, or can Hearts revert to asking them questions in behind them? Because right now everyone's just in front of them, and it's so easy for Motherwell to even defend.
9 minutes left in this first period. Motherwell nil, Hearts nil. You listen to Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland. It's Kingsley with a throw in into Spittle. Kingsley then once more back to Finlay, who in turn plays it back to Shvolov on the edge of his own penalty area. Out to the right hand side it goes to McEntee. McEntee then clips it forward, aiming for Braga, but won by Welsh. Is that a handball by Shankland? Nothing given. Motherwell fans not happy. Now it's forward to Milne. Milne on the edge of the box, charged down by the retreating Eli Just, and then there's an offside flag going up over on the far side. Well, I think the Motherwell players are also complaining about a potential handball. I wasn't entirely clear whether it was, and I guess maybe the point being that Shankland's been booked, and if he's made a deliberate handball, and potentially that would be a second, but to be honest I didn't see it clearly enough to judge that one. Anyway, it wasn't given, so Motherwell come forward again. It's Mazwanisi, poor touch from him, but he's maybe just going to be able to keep possession. Sliding challenge from McEntee, knocks it out of play instead. Longolo takes the throw in back to Welsh on the halfway line. Here's McGinn, closed down, but gets it forward to Hendry, who just lays it off first time to Slattery, and then on to Watt, and then Longolo left hand side into Slattery. A little back heel, doesn't quite come on, but Slattery is able to pick up possession once more. Devlin nipping at his heels and has won it back for Hearts. It's better, but then the distribution from McEntee leaving something to be desired straight out of play on this near side, and the throw-in goes Motherwell's way. It's already taken. McGinn into Hendry for just on to Mazwanisi. Now it's Slattery, middle of the park. He just tried to slip that through for Mazwanisi, who hadn't really made the run in the channel, and Milne able to clear. But again, they're just hacking at clear Hearts. There's no real composure from them when it's going out from the back, and it's going straight back to Motherwell, but there's a misplaced pass there from the home side, and Devlin gets it to Shankland, and now Hearts will look to try and counter and cause a threat of their own. It's Kizarides left hand side up against Katrumbis. Kingsley coming up in support, but it's into Spittle. Back out to Kingsley now. Kingsley with a crossing opportunity. Welsh meets it firmly on the penalty spot, only as far as Devlin. Mazwanisi comes back but knocks it back into his own penalty area. Spittle down to Milne on the edge of the box. Try to link with Spittle again. Faringer's there to nick it. Now it's Mazwanisi. Faringer again up towards the halfway line. They come, Motherwell. Out to Callum Hendry. Hendry just inside the Motherwell half, waits for the run here of Eli Just, going down that right flank up towards the edge of the box, coming in on the left foot. Can he get the shot away? He can, but it's a comfortable save in the end from Swallow. But that's a good example of Motherwell's ability on the counter, but he just couldn't get the purchase he was looking for.
That was unbelievable play from Motherwell, from one penalty box to the other, but you can see Lawrence Shanklin just running straight back there and having a go at Stuart Finlay. Hearts cannot get near them just now. And I listen, as I said, Motherwell are doing great, but Hearts have just not laid a glove on them at all. They look devoid of ideas. They kind of look as if they're just all over, which is strange for Derek's team. They kind of look just all over the place just now, and whether that's down to the way that Motherwell are passing and moving and interchanging, but they just look all over the place.
Well, we've got just over 5 minutes left in this first half. It's still Motherwell 0, Hearts 0. As McGinn plays it into the middle of the park, but it's Spittle just losing out to Watt in there. And Watt has it just in the edge of the centre circle inside his own half. Welsh has just advanced slightly, clips it forward. It's a good ball. It's a handball by Slattery. Play continues, Slattery into the middle, but I mean, that was a clear handball, I thought, at least.
He nearly caught it there.
I know, I mean, I thought he could have taken it down in the chest. I didn't think he really had to use his arm anyway. It comes to nothing, but it was a good opening. It was a good ball forward from Welsh.
Yeah, great play again. And listen, great ball for your centre half, great run for your midfielder as well to break the lines, get in behind, ask questions of the one as the Hearts midfielder that he's playing against. Is he going to run with him? He didn't. Can the centre half then take him on? He didn't. So I mean, as you're saying there, if he takes that on his chest, he's clean through and goal. Again, great play by Motherwell.
So Hearts goal kick in the end. Still goalless here for Park. 1-0 St Mirren lead against Dundee up at Dens Park. We'll get the half-time report from there, and indeed a roundup of all the Scottish Cup goals at half-time in this one. As Motherwell pick up possession, they'll be looking to try and make their dominance of the game count in the shape of goals, of course, ideally from their point of view before the break, as Katrumbis gets it back to his goalkeeper, and then it's quickly out to Stephen Welsh, who crosses the halfway line here and just holds up and plays it to Watt infield to Paul McGinn. McGinn now tries to go a bit longer for the run of Katrumbis. Katrumbis, can he catch this before it goes out of play? He's cut it back into the middle. Cleared by Finlay before any Motherwell player can get onto it. Just picks up, gets it back to McGinn inside his own half. Square it goes to Welsh just inside the Motherwell territory. Braga allowing him to advance, which he duly does, and then Mazwanisi plays it to Slattery, back to Mazwanisi, just a barge in the back from Harry Milne. Referee has a think, points for a goal kick. I mean, I'm guessing he's deeming that as a shoulder barge, but to me he looked like he was coming in from behind Mazwanisi. Ryan, I don't know what your view is.
Yeah, I think it's good defending, but it's the same. As soon as I saw him coming in, I'm thinking, please don't tackle him, please don't tackle. But I think he's just got away with that. I'll go with that. He's just got away with it. I think you leave it open there. As soon as you're sort of on the shoulder, kind of on the back, you're leaving it open to the referee to make a decision. Listen, for Hearts right now, I'm looking at it saying 42 minutes, just get into half time and try and regroup, try and get themselves together. And for Motherwell just need to, I think Motherwell getting really disappointed at half time that they've not actually got a goal to their name.
Hearts are giving it away. Spittle maybe forgetting that he's playing for the opposition here today, giving it straight to Eli Just, but he couldn't make anything of it. So Kizarides has it, and now it's Devlin. Back to Kizarides with a little back heel, that's better. Now it's Spittle from 25 yards, slips it through for Braga, good challenge again before Braga could get the shot off. Now it's Milne picking up right hand side, slips it to Devlin picking up from the back heel from Spittle, way over the top from Cammy Devlin. Perhaps should have done better. Maybe you want that to fall to the likes of Spittal in that particular area. No real threat to Callum Ward, and it remains on 43 minutes. Motherwell 0, Hearts 0.
Listen, Cammie's got to hit the target there, but I think if it was any other player on the pitch you would want it to fall to other than Cammie. That's by far Hearts' best opportunity, Hearts' best bit of play.
Just to tell you that Dundee have quickly turned it around at Dens Park. Not only are they no longer losing, they are in fact in front. Gogic's own goal, and then Wright, I think it was, got the second goal. So 2-1 they lead going into pretty close to the half-time, I would imagine, there as well, as Motherwell try and come forward. Katrumbas knocked to the ground, but the referee allows play to continue. Eli just looking to try and keep it in, but he's failed to do so. It'll be a Hearts goal kick. A minute left of the 45. I don't think it'll be too much in the way of added on time. It's perhaps not quite been the classic we were hoping for and anticipating, but as Ryan was saying, Motherwell probably will feel unfortunate not to be going in a goal to the good. Of course, there is still a minute or so to play, but it's a Hearts goal kick to be taken by German goalkeeper Alexander Svolov. Over the halfway line, Longolo gets something on it. McEntee, and then Milne helps it on. Towering header from Stephen Welsh, then picked up by Shankland, and then Katrumbas batters it off Shankland, and it breaks for Kingsley. Left hand side is Kizaridis. Can Hearts snatch a goal to put themselves in front before the interval? Milne at the back post gets the header in under a bit of pressure from Longolo, but can't direct it on target again. And so with the 45 mark approaching, still Motherwell 0, Hearts 0.
Yeah, again, that's what I was saying. After 5-10 minutes, I think that's Hearts' best way in, is getting it wide and getting crosses in the box. Hard header. I think they try and get it on target, but half decent play, I would say, there from Hearts, and creating a sort of semi-half chance. But again, I think they'll go in at half-time feeling very, very lucky that it's 0-0.
Actually, a couple of minutes added on at the end of this first half, so still got 90 seconds or thereabouts to play, as Welsh has it deep in his own half, just nudges it into the penalty area to Ward, and then the goalkeeper tries to fire it long. He's looking for Longolo, who's gone high, beaten in the air though by McEntee. It'll come back to Welsh. He just thumps it forward, and now Milne going back towards his own goal. Mazwanisi's trying to close the goalkeeper down, but it's back to Svolov, and he clears up towards the halfway line. Shankland can't bring it under control, and Motherwell have it through Elliot Watt to his left to Farringer, and then Longolo on the left hand side. The Motherwell fashion a final opportunity in this first half. We're into the last minute of stoppage time. On the halfway line, it's Welsh back to his left hand side, and Farringer gets it back to Welsh once more. Now McGinn closed down by Braga. Short ball to his right to Katrumbas into the middle of the park there for Watt. The ball forwards cut out, and Hearts pick up, and it's Shankland to Braga. Shankland again once more to Devlin this time. Spittal spreads it out to the right hand side to McEntee. Final chance of the first half here as McEntee comes forward, and then to Milne on the left foot, curls it into the box, headed away at the edge by a Motherwell head, picked up by Spittal, gets it back to Harry Milne. Now Devlin onto the halfway line to Finlay. There's seconds remaining in this first half. Out to Kizaridis it comes, looking to get the better of Katrumbas, but Katrumbas does well initially, and then he plays it straight to Kingsley. But the half-time whistle sounds to prevent Hearts building anything at the tail end of that first half, but it's been Motherwell who have been on top in the first period, but they don't have anything to show for it. There was an early Mazwanisi chance 8 minutes in when the ball was cut back to him, but at near post he rather miskicked, and the chance disappeared. At the other end, Finlay headed well wide on 20 minutes from a corner, and then on 24 minutes, I suppose the major talking point of the first half, a free kick was given midway inside the Hearts half, quickly taken it to Elliot Watt, just left the centre, and he clipped a lovely ball in. Callum Hendry slid in to knock it past Alexander Svolov for what looked to be the opening goal, but VAR intervened. There was no flag, it has to be said, but VAR had a look and deemed it to be offside, and so the goal was chopped off, and just about 6 minutes before the break, there was another good Motherwell counter-attack that ended up with an Eli Just effort, but although the move was good, the finish was pretty weak in truth, and it was a comfortable save for Swallow. And so at half-time here at Fir Park, it's Motherwell 0, Hearts 0.
There's the option of commentary from the game at Fir Park. Goalless there between Motherwell and Hearts. It's been a really entertaining game, you'd have to say, at Dens Park. Dundee 2-1 up at home to St Mirren. We're on the telly today, BBC One Scotland, 4:30 until 5:25. The conversation, the action continues on Radio Scotland. 5:45 start at Rugby Park. What a game this should be. Kilmarnock home to Dundee United, both sides looking to bounce back from last weekend. We'll give you all the half-time scores, plenty more to talk about on Sports Sound this afternoon. Just
Dundee United goalkeeper.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see.
That's fascinating. It's got to change. Jim Goodwin's got. I mean, I was interested, yes, and I think this is where I'm at. I think Jim Goodwin's. I think the way he speaks, Jim, is brilliant. And I was looking at his quote. I didn't hear him. I was looking at his quotes yesterday, and without throwing his goalkeeper under the bus and just talking about learners, he was distraught.
Be disappointed.
Yes, that's right. But he also just dropped enough hints that he's going to make the change today. And the other guy's been pushing, he said, can't remember his name, the other keeper's been pushing, he said. So I thought he handled that well. It was actually a hard watch last week, wasn't it?
He just kind of glossed over it because, as I said before, everyone
half time at Dens, Dundee 2, St Mirren 1.
Thanks to Alan. We'll get the half-time reports just shortly. But yeah, we'll be interested to get that team news. We'll have the team news around about 5 o'clock.
Both of them won. Kelly and Dundee United, 1 win and 7.
Is that right? Yeah, and it's just 6 straight defeats for Kelly.
6 straight defeats, not really scoring any goals. Dundee United are like, that's a surprise.
Do you worry more for Kettlewell if they were to lose as opposed to...
I think if Kettlewell loses today, I think he could be in all sorts of trouble because the fans, as we know, are not having him. That'd be 7 defeats. I mean, can you survive 7 defeats in a row? I'm not sure you can.
Need some credit in the bank, I would suggest.
And that's
Jim
the
Goodwin
problem.
Probably has.
Yeah. Jim Goodwin has. I think for Stuart Ketchwell, albeit it looked good a few weeks ago, I think when you come in as that appointment and you're not entirely popular, it doesn't take much for the pressure to really come on.
It's a huge game for Kettlewell. He's got to get a draw minimum out of that.
We'll hear from both managers later on. We'll get the team news just after 5 o'clock. So let's then get the half-time reports on Sports Round here on BBC Radio Scotland.
Scottish football lives here.
This is Sports Sound.
That is a beautiful finish!
From BBC Radio Scotland.
The stories we tell.
About the people we know.
And the places we love.
Are not just made here.
They're stories made of here.
The British Isles are globally important for nature.
Yeah, we might find that kid who's got the raw talent, who's in a back street in Preston somewhere. That'd be amazing.
If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Glasgow.
You'll always be my home.
Made of Glasgow.
Belfast.
Liverpool. Cornwall.
Newcastle.
Cardiff.
Made of here.
Because this is our BBC.
You listen to Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland. Another really busy day right across the country. 2 games in the top flight kicked off at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Our commentary option comes from Fir Park. Motherwell against Hearts. Our commentary team there, Ryan Stevenson and Alistair Lamont.
Well, it's 0-0 here, Kenny, and I largely blame you for that after the big build-up you've been given this game. It's been decent, to be honest, without being a classic by any means. Motherwell have certainly had the better of the game. In fact, they had the ball in the back of the net after 24 minutes, but it was deemed offside after a VAR check. There was no flag, but Elliot Watt had clipped the ball into the box and Callum Hendry had pounced to knock it past Alexander Svolov. But despite the celebrations, well, they were curtailed once VAR did have a look, and I gather, although I've not seen it back, I gather it was well offside. Other than that, nothing really clear-cut. Maz Wanise had an early chance at the near post that he miskicked. Finley's had a header well off target. Just had a shot that was comfortably saved by Svolov. But Ryan Stevenson watching this alongside me, I think we both felt that Motherwell maybe a bit hard done by not to go in with an advantage at the break.
Yeah, I think Motherwell will be disappointed the fact they've probably not created 2 or 3 more clear-cut opportunities. I think in general play they've been really good, and I think they'll be disappointed the fact that they haven't either created more clear-cut opportunities or got a goal. I think Hearts have just been absolutely brutal. I think right across the board. I think haven't defended well. Their distances all across the park, I don't think have been correct. They haven't really created anything clear cut going forwards, apart from that last bit at the end there where the ball, they have a good bit of play and the ball falls to Cammy Devlin. Probably don't want it to fall to him and he nearly puts out the stadium. So they'll be sitting in the changing room saying, listen lads, probably can't get any worse than this for us. This is probably the worst. It's the worst I've seen them play this season anyway. Can we go out and can we correct that? I definitely think they'll need to look at something up front. I think Braga and Lawrence dropping deep all the time is playing into Motherwell's hands. I think they need to get somebody on that can run in behind and stretch the Motherwell, especially the two centre halves, if not the full back four, and ask Motherwell questions. They've done absolutely zilch in that first half.
Yeah, well, for Hearts it is just 1 win and 4 coming into this one. As Tom was saying earlier, they don't want that to turn into 1 win and 5, but they will have to do something different in the second period if they are to change that statistic. But at half time, it's Motherwell 0, Hearts 0.
Thanks to the guys there at Fir Park. Full second half commentary to come. Also, of course, the option of open all mics. Let's get to Dens Park. Dundee at home to St Mirren. There for us is Alan Preston.
Well, after 27 minutes of uninspiring football, the game burst into life, Kenny, and it was a real mistake from Clark Robertson, centre half for Dundee. He's looking for Simon Murray, but he gets it horribly wrong, passes it straight to Mandron, and from about 19-20 yards his left foot shot found the bottom corner. McCracken rooted to the spot, didn't move, but Dundee quickly equalised. The ball was Wesley to Danda. His shot from 25 yards, I think it was going wide, but it seems to strike Gogic into the back of the net, so a Gogic own goal there. Wesley then had a hit which Gogic again just nicked wide as well. Could have been 2-1, but it was 2-1 in 39 minutes. Dre Wright, who's playing left back, cut in on his right foot and unleashed a really good shot, I've got to say, but the keeper has to do better. Shamal George, he gets two hands to it and pans it in off the post. So Dundee have turned it completely around. Half-time score at Dens, Dundee 2, St Mirren 1.
So 2 games kicking off in the top flight at 3 o'clock, 5:45 start. Rugby Park, Kilmarnock against Dundee United. Full commentary to come. So let's get into the Scottish Cup third round today. Ayr United at home to Turriff United. There for us, Chick Young.
Yeah, if you're looking for the broken romance of the Cup, then I'm afraid this is the place this afternoon. Ayr United lead Turriff United from the Highland League by 2 goals still. It should have been 3. Anton Dowds missed a penalty early on for Ayr United, but they came back from that. Curtis Main scored, and so did Dylan Watchett to put Ayr United very comfortably in the lead at half time. Turriff had a little bit, they really weathered the storm in the early stages, and they began to grow a little bit of self-belief. But these goals came. The penalty was missed by Anton Dowds. In fact, it was gloriously saved by Lee Herbert down to his left-hand side. He was injured in the process. He recovered from that. He went on to stoically play the rest of the half. I just cannot see how Turriff United are going to turn this around. Ayr United 2 goals to 0 to the good at half-time, and surely progressing to the 4th round of the Scottish Gas Cup at the expense of Warren Cummings' side. Half-time here at Somerset Park is Ayr United 2, Turriff United 0.
Thanks to Chick. Sounds like a great first half through at East End Park. Dunfermline against Queen of the South. Let's get the half-time report from Chris Doolan.
Yes, Kenny, it's been an excellent first half. It's Dunfermline 1, Queen of the South 0. Surprisingly, it was the League One team that took the lead. After 4 minutes, there was an own goal. John Todd, the ball was thrown in the box for Kai Kennedy. Curtis Guthrie goes for it, but I didn't get anything on it, and it comes off Todd and goes in the back of the net. And after that, it's been all Dunfermline. They've pushed. It was probably the wake-up call that they needed. Guys like Andy Todd, Chris Kane have really sparked into life, and then in 7 minutes they get back into the game. That man Chris Kane, he's always the guy that they turn to for goals. Robbie Fraser breaks down the right hand side. He plays a brilliant ball out wide to Todd. Todd drills a ball across the 6-yard box, and Chris Kane slides in at the back post to make it 1-1. Again, they push and push, and their pressures pays off again in 14 minutes. Chris Kane, Andy Todd breaks the half of the pitch, and he rounds the goalkeeper. Unfortunately, his touch takes him too wide, and he just has to check back. He cuts it back to 12-13 yards out, and there Chris Kane just calmly takes a touch and fires it into the bottom corner to make it 2-1. And from then on, it's been all Dunfermline. There's been some shots. Keith Bray also hit the post for Dunfermline, and Queen of the South had a couple of shots over the top of the bar, but they're still in this game. You know, there's only 1 goal in it. I think Neil Lennon-Malaski's team to come out and really drive home that advantage, but certainly the home side deserve to be in the lead, and it's East End Park. It's Dunfermline 2, Queen of the South 1.
Good stuff, thanks to Chris Doolan. Next up, McDermott Park, St Johnstone against Cove Rangers. Let's hear from Billy Dodds.
Yeah, plenty of patience required, Kenny, for Saints, but they do lead at half-time, but it really has been one-way traffic, and that started in 6 minutes when a few passes from the St Johnstone players got down the left hand side. McPake had a lovely cross, and Nick Piezo just had a tame header at goalkeeper Much. McPake then cut back, and Sprangler thought he'd scored from about 12 yards, but it was brilliantly blocked away when it was goal bound. And then they did get a breakthrough in 24 minutes. It came after a good play again. It was a corner and it was an in-swinger. It was simplicity, really. Malin took it. It was flicked on at the front post, and Ikpeazu bundled home to give the home side the lead. Ikpeazu did come close a couple of times after that as well, when he had a shot saved at the near post, and then he had another header straight at the goalkeeper. But Saints have really dominated. Cove have been dogged, don't get me wrong, but the job not quite done. But the home team lead at half-time. Half-time here at St Johnstone 1, Cove Rangers 0.
Thanks to Billy Bankside at home to Ross County this afternoon. Let's get the half-time report from Tyrone Smith.
Yeah, Kenny, at the break here at Spain Park, it's Highland League Bankside 0, Ross County 1. D started the game pretty well. They were the first to threaten. Sam Pugh, he drilled a low shot from 18 yards, which was gathered by Ross Laidlaw in the Staggies goal at the second attempt. But it was County who broke the deadlock on 18 minutes. Jordan White played a low ball in from the right-hand side, and Ronan Hale, he was on hand to spin round and lash it into the net from 10 yards out. The visitors, well, they took a bit of a grip on things after that. They went close when Kieran Phillips headed over from a few yards out after some cracking play down the left from Ryan Duncan. James Scott then saw a shot deflected just over the bar before Hale stung the palms of Daniel Hoban with an 18-yard shot. However, they couldn't get that second goal, and the home side will feel they're still very much in this here at Spain Park. We're at the break. It's Bankside 0, Ross County 1.
Thanks to Tyrone. Let's get to Starks Park. Wraith Rovers at home to Alloa Athletic. Let's hear from Brian McLaughlin.
Yeah, so far so good for Dougie Imrie as the new Wraith Rovers boss. They lead Alloa by 1-0. The goal coming just before the half-hour mark. Jordan Doherty finishing off. Wonderful play by Easton and McMillan down the right-hand side. Lovely finish low into the bottom right-hand corner. They really should have been out of sight by that point. No, Easton had a couple of chances. Josh Mullen had a free kick that hit the crossbar, and Paul Hannon with a header just wide of the mark. Alloa a bit better towards the end of the half. Callum Burnside cut in from the left-hand side but fired over the crossbar. 1-0 it should be, but Wraith really should be out of sight. Wraith Rovers 1, Alloa 0.
Thanks to Brian. I'll run through all the half-time scores for you in the third round of the Scottish Cup. A lot of games there today. We'll do that in just a couple of minutes' time. But once again, a choice of listening on Sports. And for full commentary of Motherwell against Hearts, tune to BBC Radio Scotland Digital, 810 medium wave and extra on BBC Sounds. For open all nights, tune to 92 to 95 FM and BBC Sounds, and both are live online, bbc.co.uk/Sports Scotland.
Scottish football lives here.
What a goal! This is Sports Sound
from BBC Radio Scotland.
Welcome back to Fir Park, where it's Motherwell 0, Hearts 0 at half-time. No sign of the teams re-emerging just yet, so give me a chance to ask Ryan Stevenson, what do you think, or what do you do if you're Derek McInnes in terms of trying to change the flow of the game?
I would go in behind. I think even just for 5 or 10 minutes, I would literally be saying to my full-backs, my wingers, can we get it in behind? Can we turn the Motherwell back four? Can we get them facing towards their own goal? Can we get territory up their park? So if they're then facing towards their own goal, will they put it out for throw-ins? Can we just do something to get a foothold in this game? Because as me and you sat here for the first 45 minutes, 46 minutes, and Motherwell dominated possession at a canter. So Hearts, this is such a big game, and again, Motherwell came out early doors. I can imagine the Hearts are in there because Derek will be in about them saying, this is such a big game, lads, we need to get something out of this game. So yeah, hopefully they can go back to, as I said, Motherwell are playing their great football, and it's been great to watch. Can Hearts go back to basics and turn them and ask questions?
Although they've not got the goals that perhaps they deserved, have Motherwell lived up to all the good stuff that you'd been hearing about them prior to seeing them for the first time today?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been nice and pretty. I think the interchanging and the way they play is nice. I would love to see what their training is, because as the lads were speaking before, that doesn't come easy, all that interchanging and knowing where each other are going to be, and again having the actual appetite, desire, the willingness to actually play out from the back in stressful situations. I've been there myself, where if you're at the back 9 times out of 10 all I wanted to do was lump it up the pitch, where they've actually got a bit of belief in each other that they can play their way out of it. So yeah, listen, I think they've been good, but I think Hearts have contributed to that massively.
Okay, we're ready to get back underway. No changes to either side at the interval, so Lawrence Shankland will kick us back off. Hearts will go from left to right as we look at it from the back of the Firth Park main stand here in the second half. And now Shankland rolls it back to Blair Spittle, who fires it out to the right hand side, looking for McEntee to flick it on to Milne. Milne can't keep a hold of it though, and Slattery tries to get it forward, comes back to Longolo. Now it's Slattery once more, squeezes it through to Hendry. Hendry will try and play it through for Mazonisi. He's put far too much on that though, and it'll I think, well, will it roll it? Yeah, it will roll behind for a goal kick. Wasn't sure it had quite enough on it, but indeed it does. So goal kick to Hearts, who will try and make more of a game of it in this second half. I guess probably the most positive thing you can say about Hearts in the first period is they are still level in the game. Jens Bertolaski will be hoping that Motherwell can change that second half. It's McGinn playing it forward. Halkett brings it under control and knocks it back to Shvolov. Shvolov first time over the halfway line, looking for Braga. It's over him. Milne does well against Longolo, who goes down holding his head. The referee's going to have to stop this and potentially allow a bit of treatment here for Longolo, who just took a blow. Harry Milne also actually holding his head. The two of them obviously clashing somewhat as Milne won the header. 46 and a half on the clock. No goals between these two high-flying sides, and the game will have to be restarted with a drop ball. Longolo's fine, doesn't need any treatment, and Kevin Clancy will just drop this at the feet of Paul McGinn midway inside his own half, and he immediately plays it out to Stephen Welsh. Welsh just left the centre, forward looking for Hendry, just gets there, back to Longolo. Longolo in off the left-hand side into the feet of Watt, outside of the right boot forward, but Halkett's there to intercept. Comes back to Watt into Longolo. He's just knocked the ball out of play. I think he feels he was shoved, but the referee didn't, and it's a throw into Hearts on their right-hand side. McEntee to take the throw in into Spittle. Gets lucky there and gets it back off Slattery. Here's Halkett, 10 yards inside his own half. Shot ball to Spittle on the halfway line, closed down. He's back to Devlin, who's the deepest Hearts player, barring the goalkeeper just at the moment. Halkett forward to McEntee, into Braga, tries to turn it around the corner for Milne. Out to play though off a Motherwell player, and the Hearts have a throw-in. Milne then with about 15 yards inside the Motherwell half, looking for an option, goes short to McEntee. Milne into Devlin now. Devlin clips it out to the left-hand side for Kingsley, who takes a touch and then immediately plays it out to Kizaridis. Up against Katrumbas here, coming in field into Blair Spittle, back out to the left to Kingsley. Decent position this, gets a good cross in, met by McGinn emphatically at the near post. Spittle gets it back out to Kingsley on the left-hand side. Here he is, the full-back, who goes back to Finlay. Finlay about 10 yards inside Motherwell half. Plays it square to Halkett and now out to the right-hand side. Better from Hearts at the start of the second half. Devlin though, has it pinched off him there by the hard-working Hendry, and Motherwell can try and get themselves up the park here. Cross comes Braga, makes the challenge. Milne though helping out, then in slides Farringer on Devlin. The referee says play on as Hearts still have possession. Here's Kingsley coming forward, the Hearts crowd away to our right, urging their side forward here. It's Kizaridis trying to get onto the right foot to get a pop at goal. He might have a chance on the left. It's deflected just wide. Side netting, Hearts corner, but that could have easily found the inside of the post as the goalkeeper was wrong-footed by the deflection. And it's certainly a better start to this half from Hearts. 49 in, still 0-0.
Yeah, now we're talking. I think now it's a game that we were all hoping for. Good play there from Hearts. The first time they've done it in the game, they got it wide, couple of crosses in, and then a good shot, maybe a little slight deflection on his left foot, but how many times do you see them just rolling in the bottom corner?
Corner kick to be taken by Milne, left-hand side, out swinger. It's Finlay who rises highest again, but again he can't get it down on target. But you can hear the Hearts fans now. They've found their voice because their team are beginning to play like we know they can. as Stephen Welsh clears from inside his own penalty area. It's picked up by Elliot Watt midway inside his own half, clips it forward looking for Mazonisi. Hendry's up there as well. It's Mazonisi who brings it under control. Finlay comes out to meet him on the Motherwell left. Mazonisi into the back post. There's Eli Just straight into the palms of Spolov, who can't quite get a hold of it. Kingsley's under pressure. Spolov still can't gather. Eventually he does. The keeper making a real meal of that, but Eli Just at the back post with the header has really got to go one side or the other, but instead he goes straight at the keeper with the header, and Motherwell again denied the opening goal.
Got to score there, hasn't he? I think it's a great cross, great bit of play. You know, we talk all about the Motherwell playing this great football and that, but again making the right run in behind there. Motherwell choosing to go long in behind. Great run, great cross. Just that header, you try and get it down into the ground, down into that opposite corner that it came from, and then the Hearts goalkeeper saving it, letting it go, lying on the ground, looking at the ball. Kingsley sort of looking at him. Who's going to take it? And listen, by hook or crook, they managed to get themselves out of that sort of mess that they were in there.
Yeah, the referee's ultimately given a drop ball to Spolov. I'm not entirely sure why. He did eventually gather the ball, but I don't think he certainly wasn't fouled, but I don't know what the drop ball would be for. Anyway, it's out for a throw into Motherwell midway inside their own half on the left-hand side. Motherwell responding well to Hearts' positive start to the second period, and it is, as Ryan said, beginning to look a bit more like the game we perhaps expected between these two sides who have been in such good form for the large part of the season. Shankland losing out in a 50-50 there, and rather poor decision there made by Elliot Watt with a back heel in a dangerous area, but Motherwell have still got it. Longolo fouled, and it will be a free kick to them on this left-hand side, midway inside their own half, quickly taken by Longolo. Back the way it goes to Welsh on the edge of the penalty area and into Callum Ward. 52 almost played at Fir Park, still 0-0. Chance at either end at the start of this second half as Welsh comes over the halfway line. He's overrun it though, and it's just hammered forward by Halkett, and that's going to go through to Callum Ward, who immediately plays it to McGinn. McGinn brings it up towards the halfway line, crossing it now, looking for an option. Comes infield to Watt about 15 yards inside the Hearts half, out to the left hand side to Longolo, who'll just go back the way into his own half for Welsh, and then Watt comes and collects short once more on the halfway line. Spittle facing him up, not pressing him though, and he goes back to Welsh. Watt once more, still in the halfway line, just nudges it forward for Hendry. Hendry with his back to goal, turns infield, plays it onto the halfway line to McGinn. McGinn clipping it out to the left hand side looking for Mazonisi, but Spittle was in the way, but he's giving it away to Elliot Watt. It's a poor pass that one, and now it's Just in the left hand side, curls it in. It's not a great ball. Spolov gathers inside his 6-yard box, and it's still 0-0 as Hearts look to mount the counter attack, and it's Kingsley leading it, crossing the halfway line here. Kizaridis ahead of him. Here he is, the Greek winger, trying to step away from Slattery, plays it back forward looking for Kingsley, but Motherwell have got bodies back, and it's McGinn across there doing well and finding a teammate, and then it's played forward to Watt. He helps it out to the right hand side, and Just takes over. Just begins to run at the Hearts back line. Hendry making a run off him, just can't squeeze it past Finlay. Sliding challenge there between Spittle and Watt, and it breaks Hearts' way, and it's McEntee. A real high tempo to the start of this second half as Spittle has it in the middle of the park. Back to Halkett, and now out to the left hand side for Kingsley. Back infield it comes to Halkett, midway inside his own half, out to the right hand side to McEntee, forward to Milne, and now Spittle immediately on looking for Braga, but it's cut out by Welsh and into Watt, and McGinn gets it to Farringer up towards the edge of the centre circle. Kevin Clancy trying to get out of the way. Devlin brings him to the ground. Free kick to Motherwell on the halfway line. Motherwell fans howling for a yellow card, I think, but nothing of that nature is coming. It will be a free kick though, as it remains 0-0 after 54 minutes.
Yeah, now it's a good game of football. Now you can see that Hearts are starting to play good football. Motherwell are actually starting to do the dirty side good as well, getting in about tackles, not giving Hearts, trying not to give Hearts a minute on the ball. Hearts doing the same back to them. I mean, both teams, who wants a point? They both would love to get 3 points, so I'd love to see them just keep this up, and it'd be a great second half if they do.
Braga up against Welsh. Welsh makes the challenge. Braga went down. I think the referee's bringing this back. Yeah, the referee's brought it back for a free kick, and Braga was charging down the left-hand side. I mean, yeah, maybe some of the other players had stopped, but it's a rather baffling decision, isn't it?
I never heard the whistle.
No, I didn't either, I have to say.
I think when Braga he's whistled early doors, we'll let him away with it then.
Nonetheless, I mean, yeah, he's obviously decided there was no advantage to be gained for Braga, but Braga almost made something of it. Anyway, it has been pulled back for the free kick to Hearts, just inside the Motherwell half, to be taken by Kingsley. 10 minutes into the second period, still 0-0, as Kingsley lifts it in towards the back post area. Finlay again going to try and win it. Breaks for Welsh, who heads it out of the box. Milne hooks it over his head, but straight out of play, and it'll be a Motherwell throw in deep in their own territory, left hand side. Derek McInnes, I would imagine, will be happier with the way his side are playing at the start of this second period.
He doesn't really look it, does he, down in the touchline just now? He's going absolutely crazy at the boys to squeeze over and not allow Motherwell space to get out for the throw in. I think what Derek and what the Hearts players need to do is not let this drop off. They've started well, so can they keep it going now? Can they get a bit of momentum in the game? Can they try and pin Motherwell back? And credit to Motherwell, as I said, Hearts have started well, but Motherwell are not scared to do the dirty side either. They've been in about their tackles. You can see obviously the chance that Motherwell got. They're more than capable of going in behind and turning Hearts' back four as well.
Kingsley's found Braga at the edge of the box. Braga tries to slip it back through to him, but just was on the cover there, backtracking well the forward and knocking out a play before Kingsley could latch on to the reverse pass from Braga, and it's out for a throw into Hearts over on the far side. Kingsley lining up a potential long throw here. Halkett's going to make his way forward, and actually Finlay's lurking back this time, and in the end the throw-in's gone short, but it comes into the box now, and it's won by a Motherwell head initially, but it's not clear. Longolo trying to get it clear, comes to Spittle, tries to kill it on the thigh. Hearts still trying to manufacture an opportunity, can't quite do so, but they're keeping the pressure on the Motherwell backline right now. They've got a throw-in on the right-hand side now to be taken by Harry Milne. Plays it short to McEntee, back to Milne once more on the left foot. Can he get a ball into the box here? There's to lay it back out to the right hand side. It comes to McEntee once more, swings it into the box. Good clearing header from Welsh, and now Mazwarisi can try and break. Can he show McEntee a clean pair of heels here? Devlin dives in, he handles it, but Mazwarisi still has it, helps it on to Just, but Kingsley should make the challenge here, just sees it out of play. Well, Motherwell fans are furious that the free kick wasn't given, because Devlin not only dived in, but he handled the ball when he was on the ground, but the referee, I think, tried to play the advantage. It didn't really come. Ends up in a Hearts goal kick, and it's still after 57 minutes.
Simone, most unorthodox tackle I've ever seen. Cammy tried to, I think he just tried to tackle the ball, to be fair, and he's actually missed it, and it's bounced up and hit off his hands. But again, I think, to be fair to Kevin, the referee's tried to obviously let it play on and see if Motherwell can get anything out of it. But again, good play from both teams.
Yeah, surely we're going to get a goal at some point. I mean, it's definitely developing into a real good encounter, a bit of a ding-dong battle, as Halkett with a good ball diagonal out to Casaridis on the left-hand side. He comes back in field and then spreads it back to the right to McEntee, midway inside the Motherwell half. Forward for Milne, up against Longolo, about 25 from goal. Back to McEntee. Who did that come off last? McEntee, says the assistant referee, down on the near side, and it'll be a Motherwell throw about 20 yards from their own corner flag. Longolo takes it and gets it back, tries to make some headway down this left hand side. I think he's run it out of play though. It'll be a Hearts throw in now, midway inside the Motherwell half, ticking towards the hour mark. Still no goals. 2-1 Dundee lead at home to St Mirren, as Milne lines up the throw in here on the right hand side. Down the right it goes to McEntee. He helps it onto Braga. It's well played. Braga now clips it to the back post. He was looking for Casaridis, but Katrumbas was there first. Heads it behind for a Hearts corner.
It's good play there as well, but you want Casaridis to be in at that back post there. I think he's kind of tried to maybe pull himself out of the area. I know he's not obviously the most physical of players, but it's a good ball in. The Hearts have worked the angle well to get the cross in for the opposite side. You need your opposite midfielder there coming flying in at the back post to try and get something on it. but again, still good play from Hearts.
And they've taken the short corner back to Devlin, who now swings it in. Welsh again, very commanding in the heart of that Motherwell defence, gets it well clear, but Devlin gets it back to Milne left hand side. He does a little step over, tries to get it back into the box. McEntee can't really make anything of it, knocks it behind for a Motherwell goal kick. An hour played here at Fir Park, and it's still Motherwell 0, Hearts 0.
I'd be keen to see now in the next 5-10 minutes if one of them sticks or twists and maybe makes a substitution.
Welsh played out from the goal kick to Longolo on the left hand side into Slattery. Looked like he was pulled there, but the referee gives nothing. Hearts have it. Shankland for Spittle. Poor touch from Spittle. Not his greatest game on his return to Fir Park, but then Hendry gives it away. Might break for Shankland, not quite, but Devlin picks up, gets it back from Spittle. Devlin on the left hand side out to Kizaridis. Kizaridis trying to dance in on the right foot, as he so often does, and he swings it into the penalty area. Out comes Callum Ward, well taken by the keeper, and immediately launches it for Mazwanisi. Mazwanisi in the halfway line, little slip by Finlay. Halkett makes the challenge again, nothing given as Mazwanisi and the Motherwell fans claim for a free kick. Devlin picks up for Hearts. A decent spell this for Hearts as McEntee has it back into Spittle, just inside the Motherwell half. Square for Devlin, and then further to the left to Stuart Finlay, and out to Kingsley on that left flank. About 15 yards inside the Motherwell half, but he's come back to the halfway line to Devlin. Devlin back to the left to Finlay. Finlay can advance now. A bit of space to run into. Spittle again turns it back the way to Devlin. Back again to Finlay in a little triangle, left hand side. Now Finlay doesn't really have anywhere to go, and he's going to have to come back to Devlin again. Devlin will go further back to Halkett as Motherwell begin to just squeeze Hearts up. McEntee just tries to lose Slattery. He's run it out of play though, and it's out for a Motherwell throw in, more or less on the halfway line. Derek McInnes again is losing the rag with someone.
I think he's saying what I was just saying there as well, is they do all that play and then it's on to go in behind, and it's as if they just try and force it again into the right back situation. The Motherwell player's so close to the right back that he's really got no options or any chance at actually doing anything with the ball. That's been Hearts' biggest downfall today for me, especially, is the fact that not turning Motherwell when they had the opportunity.
Hearts have it. Kingsley from his own half forward into Kizaridis, who tries to spin away there from Katrumbis, and then it's a good ball out to the right hand side to McEntee, who's quickly closed down by Slattery, but does get it back to Spittle, who turns it back to Halkett, and they immediately square to Finlay, and then out to the left hand side to Kizaridis again. Looks like Hearts are definitely trying to get the passes off quicker as Kizaridis comes infield once more into bodies, but it gets the pass forward looking for Shankland. He's lost out. Motherwell emerge with possession. It's good play here from Farringer. He can't find the pass though, and Devlin nicks it, and now it's Spittle right hand side, gets it back from Devlin again, now down the right for Braga at the goal line on the right hand side, tries to turn it back, hits off the Motherwell player there. I think it was Slattery who was in the way, and faint claims for a handball, but I think it came off the chest. Motherwell have it then, and clipped out to the right hand side by Just for Katrumbis up towards the halfway line. Now McGinn's up supporting on that right hand side, waiting for an option to present itself. He comes infield to Katrumbis, who's well advanced. He tries to slide it forward for Just, but well read by Kingsley, who in turn plays it on to Devlin, midway inside his own half, looking forward for the run of Shankland here. Shankland will chase down the right hand side, tracked by McGinn. Shankland almost at the corner flag, fires it into the box. There's no one there for Hearts, and Motherwell easily able to mop up and play out neatly out to Longolo left hand side. Down the left it goes for Hendry, tries a little back heel, gets it back to Longolo. Longolo now into Slattery, but he's missed out. He's lost out to Harry Milne, and there's another turnover of possession, and Hearts come forward. 64 in, still no goals. Kizaridis trying to change that for Hearts' benefit. He's got Kingsley outside of him. Eventually goes to him. Kingsley with the first time cross into the box, or at least that was the attempt. Came off the Motherwell player Katrumbis, and behind for a Hearts corner.
I think he just has to play that earlier there to Kingsley to allow him the space to actually get a touch and get a good cross in the box, but nonetheless they managed to get a corner out of it. I think Hearts have also been miles better since the start of the second half, but they have to try and fashion a chance. They have to try and get something, a shot and goal, whether it's trying to get it to Lawrence or even outside the box, just Blair Spittle having a shot at something. They have to try and fashion this into a chance.
Harry Milne left hand side with the corner kick, out swinger, deep one. Shankland's at the back post, heads it back across goal. Is that saved on the line? Has it crossed the line? Shankland's claiming it has. It's still not entirely clear. The shot comes in from Halkett. That's blocked as well. Well, Shankland was sure that had crossed the line, and somehow it was hooked away. And referee certainly didn't give the goal, neither did the assistant, as Hearts try to keep up the pressure here as Spittle gets out to the right hand side for Shankland once more, challenged by Longolo. Shankland claims he was fouled, nothing given. Longolo emerges with possession and plays it forward for Slattery. Here come Motherwell on the counter, only really Longolo with him, unless he can switch play. He's slowed it down. You can hear the Motherwell fans howling for him to get it out to the right hand side quicker. Anyway, now it is in the right hand side, and Hendry has it into the centre for Watt. Mazwanisi's offside. He'll knock that past Follow. It's into the back of the net, and then the flag goes up, and I'm pretty sure that is the right decision, as Mazwanisi again finds the back of the net, but Motherwell denied the goal. But at the other end as well, Shankland denied a goal as well. He thought it had crossed the line from the header, but it was hooked away somehow, and it remains incredibly Motherwell 0, Hearts 0.
Yeah, I mean, I'm literally just sitting there saying that as the corner's been taken, that Hearts have to try and get a chance or an opportunity out of the possession and play they've had. It's an unbelievable header again from Lawrence right at the back post to try and put it straight back over, a big loopy one over at the far corner that it came from. It has to be said, it's an unbelievable clearance to stop it from going in, but then Motherwell go up the park and fashion another chance. I think there's maybe just a couple of yards offside, but again, from one end of the park to the other, right now we've got two good teams absolutely going for it.
Yeah, change coming here for Motherwell as Saeed will come on for Hendry, who's worked his socks off, had the ball in the back of the net, but he was offside, unfortunately for him, as was Mazwanisi a moment ago, and his goal is also chalked off. That was definitely a more clear-cut one. We could tell from our vantage point here that he was offside, and that has been ratified by Gavin Duncan, the VAR. So Mazwanisi and Hendry both denied goals, and Shankland, well, I would imagine VAR would have done their best to check that and ensured that it wasn't over the line, although of course we don't have goal line technology as such in Scotland, so it's not always clear cut, as Hearts are about to make a change of their own here, and it's McEntee who is coming off, and is that Borgrevinck coming on? Yeah, and Christian Borgrevinck came on against Aberdeen. It was his first appearance since August, and he's going to come on here as well. And there's another change as Magnuson comes on for Blair Spittle.
I think that's the right decision as well. I think, as you said a couple of minutes ago, I think it's been a tough afternoon for Blair. Don't really know if in that engine room, in that middle part, really does suit him. I think when he's out on the sort of peripheries of the wing, being able to come inside suits him miles better than actually being in right about all the action in the middle of the engine room.
Yeah, Magnuson's a pretty, not that I've seen a whole lot of him, but when I have, he's looked good in the middle of the park, so he will get into that area and try and help his side's cause, of course, as Borgrevinck comes forward here down the right hand side, but no way through for him. 68 played, a quarter of the game to go, and somehow it's still goalless here between fourth place Motherwell at the start of the day and the leaders Hearts, as Finlay guides it back to his goalkeeper Svolov. Into Devlin it goes, and then back with Finlay, right hand side, back to Svolov again. Clipped forward by the goalkeeper. There's Welsh to meet it. Halkett though gets it to Borgrevinck, helps it forward here on the right hand side to Braga, keeps it in play, just gets to Magnuson, and then Kingsley on the halfway line out to the left hand side to Kizaridis, up against Katrumbis. Definitely been a better second half from Derek McInnes' side, but they haven't been able to find a goal, just like their hosts, despite both best efforts, as Motherwell try and bring it forward, but running into trouble there, and Hearts pick up once more. Braga and Kizaridis have it on the left hand side. Now Devlin will get it into the box, but Welsh deals with it, but just can't bring it under control. Hearts get it again. Borgreving out to the right hand side. Milne with a quick ball in looking for Magnuson, but well dealt with again by Stephen Welsh, who's having a terrific game and a terrific season at the heart of that Motherwell defence. Clipped into the Motherwell box once more by Milne, headed clear as far as Shanklin. Shanklin out to Borgreving, right hand side. The challenge comes in from Slattery. Good strength though from Borgreving. Cross is not as good though into the near post. Smothered by Callum Ward. Almost 70 played, 20 to play now, and it's still Motherwell 0, Hearts 0.
Yeah, it wasn't the best across there, but you're still looking for one of your strikers to try and get across that front post area. We do training, shooting practice every day, or crossing and finishing, so all you hear from coaches is saying somebody get across that front post. But again, Hearts doing really, really well, but can they fashion an opener? Can they fashion something that gets the fans up out their seats? I mean, it's been miles better in the first half, but can they now get to that next point where it is creating a clear-cut chance?
It'll be interesting to see the Shanklin effort and just how close it was to crossing the goal line, as Watt helps out to the right hand side to Saeed. First we've seen of him since he's come on. Into Just it goes, back out to Saeed, right hand side. Back the way to Katrumbas and into Watt, midway inside the Hearts half. Motherwell, I wouldn't say they've lost their way, but they haven't had it all their own way second half, that's for sure. Hearts have improved. Magnuson tries to get it clear, but it's picked up by Katrumbas into the middle of the box. Clear away there by Borgreving as the Motherwell fans try and get back behind their side. Just under 20 left here, still 0-0. You listen to Sportsound on BBC Radio Scotland as these two informed sides try to break the stalemate. Braga bringing it forward here for Hearts. Shanklin's ahead of him, but out to the right it goes to Borgreving instead. Has to check back infield away from Slattery. And now it's Devlin to the left hand side. Halkett out to Borgreving, just inside the Motherwell half. And now Harry Milne into Magnuson. Magnuson back to Borgreving, and now Halkett once more. Out to the left hand side for Kingsley. That's just playing the ball about at the back right now into Magnuson. Oh, he's giving it straight to Slattery. What can Motherwell do here? Into Saeed it goes at the edge of the centre circle inside the Hearts half. Now Farringer gets it back here to Watt. Well challenged by Magnuson, atoning for his own error. And Welsh knocks it out of play. Hearts throw in. Longo intercepting the ball there as Hearts wanted to take a quick throw, and he's going to get booked for that. Derek McInnes was trying to get it to Harry Milne, and Longo stepped in and nicked it, but he will get the yellow card for that. The referee's coming across also to... I thought he was going to have a word with one of the players, or one of the people in the technical areas there, but
I think there's some handbags down between the managers there. Someone's obviously down at the tunnel.
Yeah, well, we can't see. There's plenty of people in the main stand standing up to try and get a better view of what's going on, but it's Stephen Welsh didn't see him go down there at all, but he's now getting back into position. Craig Halkett then at the back for Hearts, gets it square to Finlay. Out to Kingsley left hand side. We've got 16 and a half minutes left in the 90. Motherwell 0, Hearts 0. Still an intriguing battle this one, as Borgreving tries to combine with Braga. Poor ball back from Braga though, and Motherwell can try and mop up here through Watt. Ward's rather sliced his clearance there, and it's out for a throw into Hearts on this near side. Halkett into Finlay once more, and then Kingsley forward for Kizaridis. Is there a moment of magic from the likes of him as he moves in field? Runs into trouble though. It's a good challenge from Watt. Now Saeed will pick up from Just. Coming forward down the right hand side is Ibrahim Saeed. Devlin holds him up. Again, the Motherwell fans just wanted him to go and commit, but checks back instead. Motherwell still have it though. It's Just midway inside the Hearts half, slips it to Watt up towards the edge of the box, goes for goal in the left foot, but he didn't catch that at all well, and well wide of goal. And so almost 75 minutes in, it remains Motherwell 0, Hearts 0.
That was better play there from Motherwell. That's probably the best bit of play they've had in the second half, and I think they'll just try and hang on to that as much as the shot was well off target. Can they start to build on that again and get back into the rhythm that they were in the first half? Because obviously second half it's been majority of Hearts, but much better play there from Motherwell. And to be fair, as I said, I think for all, as good as they were in the first half, Motherwell, seen this actual dirty side of them in the second half here, I've been really impressed with that side as well. The fact that usually you find if a team can play good football, they'll have one or the other. They can play good football, but they won't do the dirty side. They're working, as much as they've not been in the game as much as the first half, they're working ever so hard to try and get it back, to stay in the game, to create chances, and they'll hope that they can sort of build on that last opportunity they had.
0-0 then, inside the closing quarter of an hour here at Fir Park. Still 2-1 at Dens between Dundee and St Mirren. The home side leads. Quite incredible they've not had a goal in this one. Certainly chances, not loads, but some good ones. Some goal line clearances, a couple of offsides denying Motherwell goals as Hearts come forward, but they can't link, and Motherwell again pick up and will play out. That's a poor pass forward from Elliot Watt. Home fans a little bit dismayed by that. Here's Borgrevic. Milne helps on, but rather aimlessly. Motherwell have it left hand side. Slattery back to Longolo. Poor pass from him. Some of the passing from Motherwell's not been as on point as it was first half. Borgrevic's cross is charged down. Slattery loses out to Magnuson, but it breaks for Just, and now it's Elliot Watt in the middle of the park, just inside his own half. Now it's Katrumbis and Said on the right hand side, just inside Hearts territory. That's a good bit of skill from Said here. Then tries to play it into the box but can't get it beyond Kingsley. A little bit scrappy now actually from both sides, as Devlin picks up in his own half. I've just seen a picture here of it was Callum Hendry actually who got back to clear that Lawrence Shanklin header off his own line. We've got a still, it's not, it's pretty close to crossing the goal line from that angle, and it's not right on the line that's taken. But here's Said away from Finlay. It's Said. Oh, a great save from Spolov to deny him as he fired it in on the right foot. Brilliant save from the German to keep the scoreline blank. Looked like Said was going to open the scoring there, but again he's denied, this time by Alexander Spolov, and it's still Motherwell 0, Hearts 0.
It's unbelievable play to get himself. Great bit of skill. Sends Scott. I'm actually having a hard time saying that. Stuart Finlay to the shops here, didn't he? Taking him inside. And then when it comes down 12 yards out, you've got to just score. You've got to just put your, I know it's on his weaker side probably, but put your foot through it. That could be the one chance that they get between now and the end of the game. You've got to make sure you score that. That's the difference.
Yeah, well, much like his header earlier in the game, it was probably a bit close to Spolov, gave the goalkeeper the opportunity to make what was still a very good save. But either side of him from that distance, and you've got to imagine it would have been the opening goal. Here come Motherwell once more through Said. Katrumbis now joining in, forward towards the edge of the penalty area, looking for an option in field. Can he pick out a teammate? He can. It's Faringer on the edge of the box. Tries to bend one, another brilliant save from Spolov. Away to his left. Faringer denied, trying to find the top corner, but Spolov leaped to his left, pushed it behind for a corner. Still Motherwell 0, Hearts 0.
Yeah, it's a great save as well. Great bit of play, great chance, great shot, great save. Motherwell come right back into it now.
Short corner taken to Said. Now it's Mazwanisi back out to the right hand side. The cross will be blocked actually on that right hand side, and Motherwell will try and create once more though. It's Said on the right flank, bending in. Spolov's punch is going to come to Just goes for goal, blocked by Kingsley. Motherwell pick up once more outside the box, and then going all the way back to Callum Ward. Braga will chase that down. It's a bouncing ball. Ward brings it under control, clips it back out towards Said on that right flank. Longolo's crossing the right now into Elliot Watt. The home fans enjoying the last few minutes. They've been threatening again, as Just has it. Midway inside the Hearts half, Longolo across in the right wing position for some reason, trying to get the better of Finlay. Finlay slides in, breaks to Just, right hand side of the penalty area. Back to Saeed now on the right hand side of the box. Longolo's with him. Here is Longolo. You want to get it on his left, but he rolls it back to Just on the edge of the box. He tries to dink it to the back post, cleared by Bork-Grevink. Shankland will help it on. Returned though by McGinn, and it's picked up once more by Motherwell on the edge of the penalty area, looking for the short passing. It's Longolo once more back into the area. Hearts clear once more. They can't get it fully clear though. Farringer leaves it to Welsh. Welsh slips it to his left hand side to Farringer once more, up towards the edge of the area. Again, he's got options. He goes infield to Just. He's taken down by Devlin. That'll be a free kick in a decent area, and you might well find it's a yellow card. Indeed it is for Cammy Devlin. I think the Motherwell fans probably feel that should have come earlier in the game, but he's got one now, and the free kick now comes about 25 yards from goal, left of centre. Definitely worth a pop from here, Ryan.
Yeah, Eli Just is starting to dominate the game there, so he is picking passes, making good movements, had a good chance. I actually think it's a good foul for Cammy Devlin there, just to take the sting out of the game, because Hearts were on the ropes there. The amount of crosses coming in, shots, really only looked as if Motherwell had another couple of opportunities in another couple of minutes, so we're going to fashion another opportunity. So I think tactically it's a good foul from Cammy.
Well, we'll be able to judge that better once we see this free kick from Callum Slattery.
If Eli just doesn't put us in the top corner, it is.
Slattery and Just are over it. I wonder if maybe he just favours the right foot slightly, but Eli Just certainly capable with the left foot as well. But it's about just a few yards left of centre, and the Hearts wall lined up about a yard or two inside the box, so just over 25 yards out this one. Looks like it's going to be Slattery. Is he going to take the shot on here? Yes, he is. Takes a deflection. Another great save from Alexander Spolov to tip it over the crossbar. Good effort from Slattery. Took a deflection on its way through, and Spolov reacted to put it over the crossbar. Corner kick already taken to Slattery. Here is Slattery at the edge of the box. Good play. Masoni's shots charged out for a corner again. Motherwell putting the pressure on in these later stages.
Yeah, somebody needs to just go and sit on Eli just now. He's absolutely dictating the full game.
Corner taken again, shot from the left hand side. Saeed then sends it in towards the back post. Finlay gets the header clear, and Farringer will go and pick up once more. He'll just roll it back into his own half to Callum Ward. Ward from just about 10 yards inside his own half, out to the left hand side, won by Bork-Grevink in the air. Saeed tries to bring it under control. Harry Milne gets there and knocks it out of play. We've got 7.5 minutes left of the 90. It's still Motherwell 0, Hearts 0, but it's been a fabulous second half, certainly. The first half was a little bit more cat and mouse, Motherwell the dominant side. This one's been a bit more even, to and fro. Motherwell having the better of the last 10 minutes or thereabouts, but still neither side can find a goal.
Yeah, I think Cammy Devlin just really needs to go and sit on Eli just because he's totally, as I said 2 minutes ago, he's totally dictating play. I think for Hearts need to make a substitution. They need to get somebody that's going to go and run in behind just to try and get them up the park. As I said before, that free kick there from Cammy, it was like a boxing match here. Hearts were on the ropes, and another great save obviously from the free kick. Hearts just need to get something to go and stretch the game. Motherwell just need to keep doing what they're doing.
A couple more changes here. Tom Sparrow's going to come on for John Katumbas into that right back area. I imagine he will just slot, and looks like there's Braga also coming off, but Motherwell are making another change as well, as Regan Charles Cook comes on for Slattery, and certainly saw Braga head off. Forrest looks like he's coming on. Looks like also Kizidis has gone off, and Kabori's come on as well, isn't he? So
I think just to give them that pace, I think obviously Allen gives them that directness as well, where he can get up and down the line, but he'll ask questions in behind.
10,939 incidentally is the attendance here, as both sides make a double change for the final 6 minutes plus added on time. It has been a really engrossing watch here in the second half, particularly between two sides who have been terrific this season, but I'm pretty sure neither will really be happy to settle for a point. Motherwell particularly, you would have to say, Ryan, on the balance of the game as a whole.
Yeah, listen, I think if it does finish in a draw, I think Motherwell will look back on it probably Monday or Tuesday when they look over the game, and they'll say first half we should have capitalised on our possession, the way we played, and I think Hearts will probably will take the point and say, do you know what, we played better second half, but for the first half performance, again Hearts are away from home, so do they just take the point? They'll still be top of the league.
Yeah, I mean, at this stage, and the way Motherwell are playing of late, a point away to them is no mean feat. Here's Charles Cook, challenged by Devlin. Free kick is given. Devlin's just got to be careful. I don't think that was worthy of a second yellow by any means, but you don't want to give Kevin Clancy the option, if you're Cammy Devlin, to show a second yellow. Motherwell have taken the free kick quickly as usual, and it's out to the right hand side. For Watt, and then Farringer. Watt again out to the right hand side to Saeed, about 20 yards from the byline, looking to try and get the better there of Forrest. He's got a couple of players round about him. He goes back again to Watt. Watt will just slot it into Stephen Welsh, 30 yards from goal, clips it in. It's a great ball. Devlin did well to track the run there of Farringer and make sure that he couldn't get onto it. It was a lovely clip ball from Stephen Welsh though. Still 0-0, 4 minutes to play. Motherwell in the ascendancy just at the moment, after Hearts had a good spell in this second half. Shanklin with a header cleared off the line brilliantly by Callum Hendry. Motherwell have it at the back here, and it's Welsh picking up once more, just inside his own half, into the feet of Watt. Welsh again. Shanklin tries to close him down, but gets the pass off to McGinn. Right hand side is Sparrow now, into Farringer, just inside the Hearts half. Slips it forward for just on the right, slips it through to Charles Cook. A poor touch from him. A better touch might have allowed him to do something there. It wasn't to be. Incidentally, this completely escaped my attention, but Stamatolopoulos has come on for Mazwanisi as well. 3 minutes left. Can either side find what would surely be a winning goal? It's Hearts getting the ball out to the left hand side to Forrest, then back to Kingsley and forward for Kabori. Out that left flank, forward for Forrest once more. Sliding challenge is by Welsh, and he's going to go into the book because he didn't take anything of the ball there, and he took plenty of Forrest, so Welsh joins those in the referee's notebook already. And a free kick for Hearts, well advanced down the left hand side. It's a good position, this.
Yeah, I just think that's where they've missed a trick today. I think having somebody that's going to run in behind, I've said it pretty much through the full game there, somebody that's going to run in, ask questions in the Motherwell back four, and Allen does that, manages to draw the free kick, and they've got a free kick in a really good position.
Over on the left hand side there, a few yards in from the touchline, about no more than 15 from the byline. Hearts with plenty of players inside that penalty area. Can one of them get on the end of this Harry Milne free kick delivered towards the back post? It's met again by Stephen Welsh, who's won just about everything inside that penalty area that's been thrown in, and if he's not, then Paul McGinn's been there. As Motherwell trying to make sure the back door stays shut and they don't lose this one, having passed up a few chances to win it. In comes a throw in from the right hand side. Motherwell will get it clear, and then we'll try and bring it forward as Longolo up towards Charles Cook, but Devlin's there to win it. Breaks for Shankland, and then Kabori, but good challenge from McGinn, who's had a good game as well. Saeed can't get beyond really the first challenge. Devlin just about losing out, then Saeed wins it from Kingsley. Saeed very strong, and he's bundled to the ground, but Motherwell still have it, and they will come forward here. Finlay should get there first, turns it back to the keeper. Stamatolopoulos closing him down, but he gets out to the right hand side here to Bortgreving. Bortgreving clips it forward, looking for Shanklin, one in the air yet again by Stephen Welsh.
He's been superb today, Stephen Welsh, absolutely superb.
Longolo almost whacking it off, just was taken out of play there, and it's got to be not only a free kick, but it's got to be a yellow for Borchgrevink as well, surely, on the basis of what else we've seen. Indeed it is. It's, I mean, the atmosphere around here has been terrific. A huge crowd in, both sets of supporters urging their side on towards a potential 3 points. Just is going to need a bit of treatment here after that hefty challenge by the substitute Borchgrevink, and the referee just going across to have a word with both Kingsley and Saeed after a little bit of a coming together there. Andy Halliday was telling me through the week just how strong Saeed is. He's not the tallest certainly, but he's very, very powerful. 3 minutes added on just at the end. I thought there might be a little bit more than that, but that's what we've got as either side try to earn the 3 points. But as Ryan said, you would imagine Motherwell will be the happier if it is to, Hearts will be the happier if it is to be just the point. Kevin Clancy, I think he was indicating that Just had to go off, but he doesn't have to go off because Borchgrevink was booked for the challenge. He doesn't look particularly comfortable right enough, Eli Just, as he tries to shake off that challenge. It will be a free kick to Motherwell then. We're into injury time now as Longlow plays it down the left. Not a good pass though, and Halkett just knocks it clear up towards Kabore. Welsh wins it once more. It's Devlin on the halfway line, out towards Forrest on the left. He gets there before Sparrow, gets it back to Kingsley on that left hand side for Hearts. Back to Finlay, just inside his own half. Plays it square to Halkett. Halkett out to the right hand side to Borchgrevink. Closed down by Charles Cook, but back to Halkett it goes once more. Just a couple of minutes remaining. There might be a little bit more than the 3 added on. Stephen O'Donnell stripped and potentially about to come on for his 200th Motherwell appearance. Not a lot of time left to make it. It's a slightly strange choice of substitution if that's the one that's going to be made, as Motherwell, you would imagine, be looking for more attacking threat to finally get the goal they've been searching for all game. Still 0-0 into the second minute of stoppage time. Motherwell have it at the back. It's Ward, plays it to McGinn. Stephen O'Donnell stripped and ready as McGinn brings it up to the halfway line. Into Saeed and back to Sparrow. Sparrow forward into the feet of Charles Cook, lays it off for Stamatopoulos. Now it's Saeed trying to play it into an area. It's a clearance by Finlay. It's gone all the way back out to Saeed, right hand side. Motherwell looking for a winner here in the 3rd minute of stoppage time. He's got the better of a couple over on that far side, then he overruns it, and Devlin will just hack it anywhere will do at the moment for Hearts. It's going to come up to the halfway line, but it won't go out of play as Farringer goes back to Welsh. Welsh into his goalkeeper Ward, who's about 10 yards outside his box, and he plays it on to Paul McGinn. Is there to be a winning goal here at Fir Park in what's been a fascinating duel between these two sides? It's Farringer here in possession, midway inside the Hearts half, forward for Just, into the feet of Stamatopoulos, back to Just. He'll go for goal, but he's well over the top. He's claiming it took a deflection, didn't see it myself, albeit there's a stanchion in our way. And here's the change that's going to be made by Motherwell, and they're going to replace Eli Just with Stephen O'Donnell, and maybe that's just an acceptance that a point will do for Motherwell as well as for Hearts. And on comes O'Donnell for that landmark 200th Motherwell appearance. Still 0-0 then.
I'm just looking to see if Stephen O'Donnell's going to go in the hole and play behind the strikers here.
Well, just looking at the bench, would there be other options? I mean, O'Song and Priestman can certainly both play in that kind of area. I think he's just going to solidify the back line, isn't he? They're going to a 3 at the back just for, or actually just going to slot in it right back and ask Sparrow to play a bit further forwards. There's a challenge there in the middle of the park on Watt that's not penalised. Hearts trying to come forward, down goes Borchgrevink, again nothing given. Motherwell have it in a deep area. We've gone almost 4 minutes now into stoppage time. Surely now there's not going to be a winner. Charles Cook goes down, that'll be a free kick, and maybe one last chance for Motherwell to get the ball forward and try and create something. Kevin Clancy's looked at his watch, and there's the final whistle. Well, somehow this game has ended goalless, but the second half in particular was a fabulous watch. Two sides really going for it, but neither able to find the goal. that would take them to victory. Motherwell the better side in the first period, but couldn't find the goal, albeit they had one chopped off for offside when Callum Hendry knocked the ball into the box, into the back of the net. Second half, Hearts were much improved and gave a better account of themselves. Kizaridis with a shot deflected just wide at the start of the second period, then just had a header straight at the keeper. Shanklin came closest to a goal for Hearts after 63 minutes. It was an incredible clearance off the goal line by Callum Hendry, who hooked it clear, and then at the other end, just minutes later, Mazonisi had the ball in the back of the net but was clearly offside. It was a just shot from about 12 yards out, which either side of the keeper would probably have beaten Swallow, but as it was too close to him, and Swallow made a really good save, and he completed another couple of top saves to deny Slattery and further Motherwell players towards the end of the game. But neither side in the end able to find a winning goal, and so it finishes at Fir Park. Motherwell 0, Hearts 0.